Okay, so here we go, multiplying and dividing fractions. All right, so first thing that you do when you multiply fractions is you need to convert the fractions to improper form. An improper form is the number over a number, so not mixed. It's got to be improper. Your second step is you multiply straight across. Top times top, bottom times bottom. When you're done, reduce the fraction if necessary. And we've been learning to reduce by prime factoring, which is a really effective method. All right, let's go to an example. So in the example, 2 1/3, this is not improper, that's a mixed number. So first thing we need to do is switch that up to improper. You can do it with the shortcut or the long way, 2 plus 1/3. But 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7/3. That's the shortcut. Times 4/5. So now that they are both improper, you're going to multiply top times top. 7 times 4 is 28. 3 times 5 is 15. Last thing, see if it reduces. I can tell from these factors, though, there are no common factors top and bottom, because this one is a 7, 4 is 2 times 2. On the bottom, I don't have a 7 and I don't have a 2, so it's already reduced. So sometimes the step before you multiply will tell you whether it needs to be reduced or not. Let's go on example 2, tops times tops. 5 times 12 is 60. On the bottom, 9 times 5 is 45. Now we see if it can be reduced. Well, 60 is obviously divisible by 5 because it's got the 0 on it. So we can at least take a 5 out. So we're going to prime factor and reduce. So 60 is 6 times 10. 6 is 2 times 3. 10 is 2 times 5. We are prime factored. 45 is 9 times 5. 9 factors into 3 times 3, and just carry the 5 over. It's prime. Okay, now we're going to divide. Common factors top and bottom. I can divide a 3 into a 3 one time. I can divide a 5 into a 5 one time. And that's it. Multiply what's left. 2 times 2 is 4. On the bottom, there is a 3. And we are reduced. Any questions about multiplying? All right, let's go on then to dividing. First step, convert the fractions to improper form, which is a number over a number. Number 2, stack the fractions. Number 3, eliminate the bottom fraction using the reciprocal. The word reciprocal means you flip the fraction. You flip it over. Number 4, multiply the top by the same reciprocal. So the bottom's already canceled out. All you have left is the top. Multiply it by the same thing and then reduce. Now, I'm not going to show you this the 4th grade way. I'm going to show you it with stacking because that's what we're going to add on to later. And that's the required skill for algebra, is how to handle stacked fractions. One of the things we're going to be working on is leading to something like this. which is a stacked fraction. So we're going to start today by practicing it this way so that when I start throwing the x's at you, you already know how to do the stacked process. It means you just have to learn a tiny bit more. So this is an expandable project. All right, the division symbol is a little picture of a fraction. Yeah, so the first fraction is the top dot. The second fraction is the bottom dot. That's what the division symbol says. So we're going to put the 1/4 on top over 2/5 on the bottom. You don't even have to write the original problem. You can just stack it. Stacking fractions is really easy. Now, eliminate the bottom. So you're going to multiply the bottom by its reciprocal. So you're going to flip it. You're going to multiply by 5/2. Which means you multiply the top by the same thing, 5/2. You always multiply by the same thing over itself because what's 5/2 over 5/2 equal to? Yeah, 1, right? So I'm not changing its value, just its form. All right, now, like I said, this is not a lot of work to show. That cancels out. Multiply the top. Tops times tops, bottoms times bottoms. 1 times 5 is 5, 4 times 2 is 8. That's your answer. So it's hardly any work at all. It's just a different way of looking at it that will help you add on to what we need to learn this year. All right, for example 2. Example 2 has a mixed number. So first thing we need to do is fix that. So 5 times 1 is 5. Plus 3 is 8/5. So we have 8/5 divided by 3/8. So stack it up. 8/5 over 3/8. All right, it's stacked. Now we're going to eliminate the bottom. Multiply the bottom by its reciprocal. So just flip the 3/8. It becomes 8/3. Multiply the top by the same thing, 8/3. The bottom divides out, and just multiply the top straight across. 8 times 8 is 64. 5 times 3 is 15. And you can tell they don't have anything in common because 8 is 2 times 2 times 2, and there's no 2's. So you're done. Any questions about this process?